G'day everyone, and welcome back to Exploring Sydney and Beyond. Before today's video, a few of you have asked what equipment do I use on the channel. So I thought I'd take 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to just quickly run through some of the equipment that I have. So a couple of little things, obviously a bit of AeroGuard and sunblock, a couple of bottles of water. Always carry a emergency poncho and a up-to-date first aid kit, because you never know when you trip or the weather turns bad. But down to the main products. One, I use just a pretty basic torch. I picked this one up from Costco, I think it was about $40. This is the torch I use that you see in most of my videos. 600 lumens. It's perfectly fine for homes and dark rooms, things like that. If I need a little bit more power, I've got this one here. This is a Shadowhawk brand. It's easily accessible on eBay. This one costs about $50 and it's about 1,000 lumens in flashlight strength. It's not as sharp on the outer edges, which it's not something I particularly like. I do like a sharp outer edge, which this torch does have. But if I need a bit more light, this one's absolutely brilliant. When I'm doing tunnels or if I'm going into drain systems, things like that, I'll have a combination of this torch and this one. So this one here is 3,000 lumens. Definitely not the most powerful torch you can buy, but it's cost effective. I believe this torch cost me, I think it was about $60. Again, this one's from Costco, believe it or not. All three torches have zoom, so they're pretty good. Honestly, they're pretty good for what I do. And the other one I have is this light here. This one I use, for dark rooms, things like that. I can change the light intensity to where I want, and I can also change the color of the light to how I like it as well. This was a bit dearer. This one was about $80 on eBay. It is a little bit more expensive. Try to look at the brand. NEEWER, Newer. Look, it's probably made in China, but it does the job great. I've tried those $20 ones. Honestly, they're junk. Get yourself something like this. I always aim for medium quality. I don't go the cheapest. I don't go the dearest. I'm not a millionaire. Most of the time, you guys are sitting on a gimbal. This is not even mine. This is actually my son's. He rarely uses it, so he's very kind to let me use this pretty much whenever I like. So I do have this. If it's a windy day, I just put this over the microphone side of the phone, and I sometimes borrow my daughter's battery pack as well, so if I need to charge while I'm filming. The shoes I use, these are from Anaconda. The brand is Keen. These are $250 hiking boots. Really strong tread. I can walk over glass. I can walk through an inch of water in these and not get wet. Always look out for the sales. I picked these up for $40. They were like the last pair. So always look out for sales. And I also have everything here you see goes into this backpack. The backpack is a Lucid brand. It's quite a nice backpack. It's reasonably light. But on the back here, it's got really, really thick padding, which is absolutely fantastic for when you're doing those long hikes. So, awesome backpack. And probably the last thing I have in the car is just a small fridge. Just keep my bottles of water in the fridge until we get to location. And speaking of which, let's head there now. Okay, so just as I'm packing up the vehicle, there's a couple of things I did forget. One is what you guys are just sitting on, and that's the tripod. So this thing's about 20 years old, and I've had it when I had a camcorder back in actually more than 20 years old, because I had this in the late 90s. That's how long it's lasted. I think it was about $70 back then. And the other thing I use, sometimes, not all the time, is this little device so I can hold the phone in it and I can attach lights and bits and pieces to it. You got to have a pretty steady hand, and it's great for short videos. When you're doing something a bit longer, you start bouncing around and wobbling around everywhere. So, and last but not least, what you guys are on, it is a iPhone 15 Pro Max. It's got the 1 terabyte memory, so it's kind of the daddy of the phones, of the iPhones. But I try to keep things pretty simple. So all you really need, as you would probably imagine, a smartphone, maybe a gimbal if you want to be perfect, a torch, and probably an editing app. So the editing app that I use is CapCut. There's two versions of it. One's a paid version. It's only about $50 a year, but I just use the free version. All the videos you watch are on CapCut free version, and I can pretty much do everything I need to do on CapCut to bring you guys a reasonable quality of film. So I'm no expert. I don't try to be. I just try to be an amateur, everyday person doing what I love. So, and then I just try to bring it to you in at least a reasonable amount of quality for you guys and girls to enjoy. So anyway, let's get in the car. Let's shoot off. What are we waiting for? Let's go.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Damn.
Okay, it's a chicken track. That stuff can be like clay, it can be like squishy. You don't want to.
This guy
The entrance looked alright.
Yeah. This guy is a machine. Look at him. It's carrying on. Scratch it.
When it makes that noise, that's not good.
No. I'm here with Exploring Sydney and Beyond today. Hey there.
Hello.
I better not take his focus off this because I'm fucking. Oh. What's doing a bit of a spin, mate? Oh. Wow. That's a pretty hairy goddamn. What do you call them? Holes?
Bog holes.
Yes.
I'm just worried we're going to get to a point where I can't drive around one.
You've got to make sure that you give yourself enough room to be able to reverse too, like to turn around.
Yeah.
This one's nuts. I think this is where we.
G'day and welcome back to Exploring Sydney and Beyond. I'm here today with Abandoned Angel and we're trying to source a abandoned mine in a secret location. So we're just getting the drone ready and we're going to send the drone up and just see if we can make the rest of our way there and see if it's accessible or not. So let's see how we go.
bush bash and a half. That's what we're heading to. Yes. Whew.
Alright. Thanks to Angel's drone, we have found the place, but we did have to trek through some stop, person. Okay. You can see my phone.
Oh, he's coming out here.
Shit.
Just pretend
Just sit down.
Yeah.
You won't see us. Just sit down, don't move.
put your gimbal down.
Yeah, don't move. Thing is, I think there's someone else there because middle of my screen, that's where I saw a guy walking around, and I got a suspicion I saw a car there, not a truck.
The boss shut it in the end.
Yeah.
Just because we had so many break-ins all the time. They just break in here every weekend.
Wow. It's really out in the middle of nowhere, isn't
Well,
it?
that's why they know that they can work out here, and they hide security,
Yeah.
and the security didn't even get them. Yep.
Crafty buggers.
So we're actually filling the quarry up now and regenerating.
Wow. So, old bloke was saying that this is going to be demolished in the next couple of weeks.